You're lying in bed. Lights off. Phone inches from your face because apparently that's how we live now. You open your banking app not because you need to, but because you want to. And there it is. A number you've never seen before. Not millionaire status. Not retire tomorrow money. But enough that your chest feels lighter. Enough that you think, oh, okay, I'm not drowning anymore. Maybe it's $10,000. Maybe it's no credit card balance. Maybe it's the first month where you're not counting days until payday like a prison sentence. And for about 5 minutes, life feels easier. You sit there thinking, so this is what people mean when they say get your life together. Cool. I did it. And then quietly the world changes. Your phone starts suggesting better versions of things you already own. Your bank suddenly wants to optimize your money. Your brain starts whispering, you deserve this. Just this once. You worked hard. Nothing dramatic happens. No explosion. No warning siren. Just tiny leaks. A little lifestyle creep. A little comfort buying. A little less urgency. And 6 months later, you're confused why life feels heavy again. Even though technically you're doing better than before. That's the catch nobody talks about. Getting to a good place feels like winning. But staying there? That's a completely different game. And most people don't lose because they're irresponsible. They lose because the rules quietly change the moment things get easier. Today I want to talk about 7 habits that quietly make life easier over time. Not overnight, not Instagram easy, but in the boring, durable way that actually sticks. Because the real goal isn't hitting a good moment. It's building a life that doesn't fall apart the second you relax. And almost nobody is taught how to do that. Here's the problem. Most of us treat progress like a finish line. We sprint. We suffer. We white-knuckle our way to better. And once we get there, we collapse like a marathon runner who forgot the race keeps going. We think the hard part is getting to stability. But stability isn't a destination. It's a platform. And the moment you step onto it, the system changes how it treats you. Banks trust you more. Apps tempt you more. People expect more. You expect more. It's like getting strapped into a roller coaster you didn't realize was moving. Here's a stat that should calm you down and terrify you at the same time. According to the Federal Reserve, nearly 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing or selling something. Which means if you can, you're already ahead. But here's the other part. Even among people who do improve their finances, a massive percentage drift backward within a few years. Not because they're stupid. Not because they're lazy. Because nobody tells you phase 2 exists. Phase 1 is survival. Phase 2 is maintenance under temptation. And phase 2 is where most people quietly lose. You finally breathe. And that's exactly when discipline fades, boundaries blur, and just this once becomes a lifestyle. You're not broken for this. That's almost everyone. The system is tuned so most people never wander too far from just okay. Not miserable. Not free. Just comfortable enough to stop fighting. My name is Max. I'm not a guru. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just someone mildly obsessed with how life actually works, especially money, habits, and why smart people keep repeating the same mistakes. This video is for education and entertainment only. I'm not telling you what to do with your money or your life. Talk to a professional if you need one. What I am doing is showing you patterns, the kind you only notice after watching a lot of people win, and then quietly give it back. Let's talk about what actually makes life easier over time. There are 2 phases nobody explains. Phase 1 is the grind. You're focused, hungry, annoyed enough to change. You track everything. You say no to dumb stuff. You make progress because pain is still fresh. Phase 2 is where things get weird. You're not desperate anymore. So every purchase feels justified. Every shortcut feels earned. Psychologically, this is called reward substitution. After long periods of scarcity, your brain starts converting progress into permission. I saved so I can spend. I worked hard so I deserve comfort. I've been good so this doesn't count. And the system loves this version of you. Banks don't make money off broke people. They make money off stable people who feel safe enough to borrow. Apps don't target chaos. They target predictability. Visual CUE, phone notification stacking. This is the rich tax no one calls a tax. Fees, upgrades, subscriptions, convenience costs, interest on things you didn't need. Life doesn't get harder when you improve. It gets sneakier, which is why habits matter more than motivation. Motivation gets you to the number. Habits keep you from losing it. So here they are, The 7 habits that quietly make life easier over time. Not flashy, not viral, just unfairly effective. Habit 1. You set a floor, not a goal. Most people chase a number. Smart people protect a minimum. A floor is the lowest level you refuse to fall below. In savings, routines, sleep, spending sanity. Floor, staying constant. Goals feel optional once you hit them. Floors feel non-negotiable. Habit 2. You automate boring decisions. Willpower is expensive. Automation is cheap. Bills, savings, investing, even groceries. The less often you have to decide, the easier life feels. Habit 3. You get suspicious when life feels too convenient. Every convenience is a trade. Time for money. Money for future stress. If something removes friction, ask what it adds later. Habit 4. You separate identity from progress. You're not a disciplined person. You're a person who uses systems that work. That way, one bad week doesn't turn into a spiral. Habit 5. You protect energy like it's money. Sleep, movement, silence. Energy compounds faster than cash. Habit 6. You practice boring consistency. Not intense. Not perfect. Just repeatable. Boring wins because it survives bad days. Habit 7. You measure freedom, not status. Freedom is options. Status is noise. One makes life easier. The other makes it heavier. Let's talk numbers for a second, simple ones. If you save or invest $300 a month starting in your late 20s, earning a modest 7% return, you're looking at roughly $350,000 in 30 years. Miss 5 years? That number drops by over $100,000. Not because you failed, because time did what time always does. Vanguard studies show the average investor underperforms the market by 1 to 2% per year due to bad timing and emotional decisions. That gap doesn't come from ignorance. It comes from abandoning boring habits when life feels good. Visual CUE. Graph showing steady line versus emotional spikes. Boring doesn't feel powerful in the moment. It feels powerful later, quietly. Here's the simple playbook. Decide your floor, savings, routines, sanity. Automate everything that doesn't require creativity. Assume every upgrade has a hidden cost. Build habits that survive bad weeks. Treat money as freedom, not reward. Life doesn't get easier because you hit a number. It gets easier when you stop sliding backward every time you breathe. The real catch is this. Protect your progress like it's the floor, not the finish line. That's how life quietly gets better. I'm Max. This is Be Good at Life. And I'll see you next time. Give this video a like and subscribe to support this channel. See you next time.